To go and tell these people to make the fight. It's all very well keep talking about it, but at the end of the day, the Hearns want to kill their cash cow. They want to carry on, putting him in now with the likes of recycling fights with Dylan White and maybe Chisora if he wins. Do the fans want that? No, they want to see the best fight and the best. Make it happen for the fans. They're the ones who pay the money for the tickets. They're the ones who buy the pay-per-view. Make it for the fans.
Drive on TalkSport in partnership with Sky Sports, and of course you weren't here yesterday. What a fight it was! All 12 rounds. It was how a heavyweight boxing clash should be.
Superb, mate. Watched every bit of it. I thought it was a magnificent fight. And when you look at the judges' scorecards, those guys there punching whatever out of each other, and to the end of the day to get a split, be a draw. You know what I mean, was ridiculous. It really was. When you look at everybody watching that, whether you're a boxing fan or not, and the way he moved around and boxed Tyson Fury in the first 5 rounds, he probably lost one of them, right, out of the 5. And that was at a push. You could easily give it the first 5 to Tyson, right? But at a push, he lost one of them. And the judge had him to lose the first 5. Or first 4 definitely. Ridiculous, Aid. It really was.
It was wrong, basically.
Of course it was wrong. And everybody knows it that we're watching. Even Wilder. Look at Wilder. The reason people say about when they realised Tyson Fury got up, because he knew he had to knock him out to win the fight. And when he saw him get up, he thought, that's it. I've lost my belt. He thought he has. End of the fight, he didn't celebrate straight away like Fury did, jumping into the corner. He walked off and he thought he'd lost. And then to come out with that after was just, it spoilt it for me.
Yep.
But that's judging.
It was shell-shocked, Tyson Fury. You could tell that he just couldn't believe what he was hearing. Let's get to some of your calls on this belt situation as well. Richard at Heathrow. What do you want to say, Richard? You're on TalkSport.
Well, I agree with you what you've just said entirely, that Fury won the fight. And it was unbelievable. But anyone that knows boxing and all the money that's involved, it is what it is. But do you know what? The long and short of it is that it's probably the best thing that's ever happened to Fury in the long term, because everyone saw that he won the fight. He keeps his unbeaten record intact. And what I would do if I was him, if I was Fury, I'd stand back and let Joshua fight Deontay Wilder. And whatever happens out of that fight, the next fight with him involved, gets all 5 belts, because if he'd have beat Wilder, he'd have got that green belt, which everybody does want, but he'd have had to go to Joshua to get the other belts. Now he gets to fight for all 5 belts, and that'll be the biggest fight in heavyweight history, whatever one it is. Whether he can beat Joshua, I've got my own reservations about it, but you've got to wonder what you've got to do to knock the bloke out, because I've never, ever in my whole life seen anyone get up. It was like Brad Pitt in Snatch when he just kept getting up.
That's so true.
Well, it is Rocky. People have described it as the Rocky, wasn't it? It's the original Rocky. When he went down, his arms were outstretched. It looked like that was it. I mean, normally, though, the referee would look at it and just stop it instantly, wouldn't he? He wouldn't count him out. So he must have seen some kind of movement in Tyson Fury for him to even carry on the count. You know what I mean? Normally the referee would jump in and get someone in, and if he were knocked out, but he obviously didn't knock him out, did he?
Well, when he got up, he was actually fresher than Wilder. He continued to fight fresher than Wilder. It was something that we'll never ever see again. But imagine now that Joshua beats Wilder, and then now 2 unbeaten British heavyweights fight for the undisputed championship, all 5 belts of the world. I don't even think you'd get it at Wembley Stadium.
Mate,
you'd have to have it within the M25, because it'd be the biggest fight.
Have to have it at the Heathrow.
Yeah.
Do you know something?
Building up to it, isn't it?
Do you know when it comes down to it, though, the problem with that? But can you see Joshua fighting Wilder? Because Dillian White's in the picture now as well, and it looks like Dillian White wants a shot at Joshua, and it looks like Joshua wants to fight Dillian White again if he beats Chisora. So I can't see when that's going to happen, though. It's got to happen soon, or are we just waiting for him to get older?
It's apples and oranges. You've got the Premier League, and then you've got the Championship. But like Dylan White and Chisora and them lot are on one level. Those other 3 fights, make no mistake. Fury, like, people forget. I mean, when he beat Klitschko, 11 years unbeaten. you've got three top fighters there, and they're on a different level to the other three. The other three are good cash cows for the fight games, a good undercard. But them three, and then you include Povetkin as well in that amongst just below them three, is where it's all at, and that's where the winner of that will be champion for a long time afterwards.
Richard, I think you're right. That's exactly what should happen. Hopefully it will. But Wilder fighting AJ, and then the winner takes on Fury. Who do you think at the end of that comes out on top?
Believe it or not, I never thought I'd say this, but after the Povetkin fight, I just think AJ's growing in every fight, and I think AJ currently has got the weaponry. Because I'll tell you what, if Joshua had caught Fury in that way, I'm not sure anyone gets up from. It was such a great punch. I think Joshua's got the better punching power out of the three of them, and I think, as the long and short of it, if you put a gun to my head, it'd be Joshua.
Interesting, Richard. Thanks for that. Great call. Let's speak to Tony in Liverpool. What do you want to say, Tony?
Afternoon, lads. I would agree with what you have said, really, to be honest. I think Fury, for me, that was the first fight he's actually been hit in for the past 3 years. I mean, it's ridiculous after losing 8 stone. To fight that as well as he did, so accomplished, it's incredible, really. Getting up, to be fair, I don't think he was ever... If you look at the footage, he opened his eyes and actually, it was a half smile at the referee before he gets up, as if to say, I'm all right. And then the referee was like, OK, he's not sparked out here, he's OK, he can fight on. I think there was a little bit of trickery there, bit of gamesmanship. He was obviously counting the count. He was well within himself. For me, he's probably the best British boxer who's ever lived, for me. Absolute phenomenal talent. Joshua, he's got to fight Fury and he's got to beat Fury. It's as simple as that. If he doesn't do that, he will always be seen, not as a fraud, but as a second-rate champion.
Just hold on a second, Tony. Let me just... I've just digested what you just said. Can we just reiterate and confirm that you just said Fury, the greatest British fighter that ever lived?
By a mile. By a mile. We've never seen anyone like him. Never. You've never seen a man...
What about Calzaghe?
No, we're talking... You're talking Championship against Premier League there. Tyson Fury has got the footwork. He's got the footwork of a cruiserweight. For a man of 6'9", 18.5, 20 stone, whatever he wants to fight at. Amazing. You've got to hit him first. And the only reason he got hit was basically because he was tired.
Are you talking boxing skills or the old package?
Sorry?
Are you talking boxing skills or the old package? Because Lennox Lewis were pretty good.
Lennox Lewis, absolutely. But for me, I just think that Fury is more talented than Lewis. I do believe that. I think Fury, it's a shame that we've lost 3 years of him because he was at his peak. But he's still only a young man for a heavyweight. He's not got many miles on the clock for a heavyweight. You have to take that into consideration. And his age, 31, he should be coming into his own now. So although we've been robbed of 3 years of him, for me, he's got the footwork. I mean, Muhammad Ali, he had the same sort of footwork, and he was like 3.5 stone lighter than Fury. Fury's amazing. I mean, it's just phenomenal what he's done. But I just hope that he does himself justice now, and maybe that was a shocking result. I mean, the judges' card was appalling. But hopefully now that's going to give him the incentive to stay on the straight and narrow. Whereas if he'd won, would he have gone downhill again? So now everybody knows what's at stake now. He's got the next year's planned out, and he's going to stay in the gym, stay fit. He said that. So if he does that, and he eventually fights Joshua, that's a great fight for me. But I think Fury is just that much more accomplished and better skilled. Joshua, obviously, he's at the top of the tree now. But if Fury, he's going to be fitted again, fighting Wilder. I don't even think Wilder would want to fight him again, because in 6 months' time, Fury's going to be that much fresher again and fitter because of the gym work. He's done the rounds, the sparring. So for me, he's the best. For me, he's better than Lewis. Better than Lennox Lewis. Honestly, I believe that.
Interesting.
Saying that, I bet he's 2.5 stone heavier in the neck by end of Christmas.
Well, that's what he will put some
of
on
course
between
he
now
will.
and Christmas.
Of course
but
he will,
Tony said he did say he's going to stay in the gym and not get to the ridiculous size he was before.
I think it'll be 2 stone, 2 and a bit stone he'll put on, because he does like his grub.
Yeah, but he's got a Hatton in his corner now, so nothing's a problem anymore, is it? He knows how to get rid of it. Fantastic calls so far on this. Keep them coming. We'll talk about Harry Kane only coming 10th in the Ballon d'Or shortly as well. This is Talk Sport.
Drive on Talk Sport in partnership with Sky Sports. Christmas is for football with West Brom versus Aston Villa this Friday. Live and exclusive on Sky Sports Football.